Sometimes the smallest decisions lead to the biggest turns in our lives. A missed turn, a delayed order, or a moment of compassion. She didn't know who he was, didn't ask where he came from. She only knew one thing. He was hurting, and without realizing it, she just stepped into a story that would change everything. Tasha was 23. She didn't have much, but what she had, she earned. Package by package, mile by mile, she didn't complain, she delivered. She carried hope in cardboard boxes and strength in her silence. No fancy degrees, no silver spoons, just her grit, and a van that shook every time she braked. She was on her 6th delivery of the morning when she saw him. At first she thought it was trash on the sidewalk, but then she saw a hand twitch. An old man lay face down, barely moving. His groceries spilled around him, a red stain blooming beneath his head. Tasha dropped the box in her hand and ran. Her sneakers slid on the ice, knees hit the ground hard, but she didn't stop. She knelt beside him, heart pounding. "Sir? Sir, can you hear me?" No answer. She pulled off her coat and wrapped it around him. She could feel how cold his skin was, like he'd been out there far too long. She fumbled her phone and called for help, voice shaking, words rushing out like a flood. He didn't move, not once. She stayed there until the ambulance came. Rode with him even though she didn't have to. Waited in the hospital lobby until they wheeled him into ICU. No one else came. No family. No friends. Just silence. The nurses said he had no ID, no wallet, no phone. Just a broken pair of glasses and a list of grocery items in his coat pocket. Tasha could have walked away. She didn't owe him anything, but something about his face stayed with her. So she came back. Every evening after work. Brought him flowers from the clearance rack, hummed songs her grandmother used to sing, told him about her day even if he couldn't hear. One night his eyes flickered, then opened. Barely. "Margaret?" "No, sir. But I'm here." The next few days he spoke more, in whispers, in half dreams. Stories about a house on a hill, a dog named Boots, a son who moved far away and forgot to call. She didn't pry, just listened. Then one day the hospital room door swung open with a crash. A man in a suit stood there, face pale, hands trembling. He rushed forward. "Dad?" Tasha stepped back, unsure. But the man turned to her. "You're the one. The nurse said you stayed, that you helped him." She didn't know what to say. He looked at her as if trying to figure out who she was, why she was there. "Do you know who he is? Does it matter?" He swallowed hard. He built half this city, and I almost buried him because I was too busy in boardrooms. Tasha left quietly. She didn't ask for thanks. Didn't need it. But the story wasn't over. A week later, after a long shift, she walked back to her beat-up van and saw a black SUV parked beside it. The man from the hospital stepped out, suit neatly pressed, eyes softer now. "Tasha, right?" He handed her an envelope. She opened it with trembling hands. It wasn't money. It was a letter, a job offer. Logistics coordinator, full salary, benefits, a company vehicle. "You saved the most important person in my life. But more than that, you reminded me what it means to show up for people. My father doesn't need my money. He needed you. I just did what anyone would do." No. Most people walked by. You didn't. Months passed. Tasha's world looked different now. Not because she was handed anything, but because she was seen. For the first time, someone saw her heart and honored it. She walked through the halls of her new office with purpose, her name on the door, her smile steady. She passed the lounge and saw Charles Whitaker sitting by the window, wrapped in a blanket holding a cup of tea. "You were the only one who stopped. You were the only one who needed me to." In a world that rushes past pain, she paused.